up, everybody? Welcome back to what I said last week was one of the greatest podcasts of all time, and some of you agreed in the comments, so that means it's official. One of the greatest podcasts ever created, ever to hit your ears. It's
ever
Travis
to
and
hit
Jenn.
your ears.
Why not? Or your eyes.
Ever to hit your ears and your eyes for the vodcast watchers.
The vodcast watchers. I love that word. The vodcasters.
The vodcasters, their own subculture.
We listen every week. Jenn and I, when we post the newest podcast, so the last one we just put up actually only went up a couple days ago as we're recording this, we continually see the bar being raised by the comments. Same thing in emails. The creativity of some of you guys and just the humor for some of you guys is great. Fantastic comments. Love them.
They're literally unmatched.
Unparalleled. Yeah, you guys are great. Okay. Real quick, before we get into this, for those of you who missed the last episode, this is actually a continuation in a weird way of the last episode where we went through the text messages. Now we got to go through the emails. So some of these emails were submitted last week, so we're a little bit behind. We're going to go through most of those and then leave the last couple for the next episode. So we're pumping out. As you noticed, this episode came out the same week as the previous episode. This is the first time we've ever done 2 podcasts in the same week. Exciting times. We've done it. How? I don't know. Will we ever be able to do it again? I don't know.
Don't know. I don't know.
It's the plan, but you know how plans go, right? One of those things. Real quick, before we get into the questions, today, as we're recording this, is the first day that you're able to upload up to 3 minute long shorts and have them eligible for the short shelf. Having said that, the rollout is a little bit wonky, Jenn.
Lies. Lies.
A little bit wonky.
All lies.
Oh my goodness.
We've been had.
We have been had.
Yeah, we have. And
So-
here, people were so prepared for
Right.
launch day, myself included.
The word you just used, the phrase you used, it launch day. Okay, typically when you launch something on a launch day, that means it's all available. Like, here
It
you
comes
go.
out.
Here's a new shirt. Launch day. If we ever do merch, launch day will be the day you can order it.
No. If we ever do merch, we're doing it like this.
It's that part is a pre-order then, right? It's all it is then. Consider this.
Yes,
it's basically a pre-order.
Pre-ordering our shorts.
You are pre-ordering 3 minute long shorts, basically, is what today is. And what that means is you can upload your 3 minute shorts, but even though you can do that and they are now eligible for the short shelf, they won't actually show up on the short shelf for about a week.
They're not shorts.
And the thing is, here's the terrible part about that. If you upload a short today, what are the chances of it showing up on the short shelf in a week? Like, by that point, you're hitting browse. Sometimes you might hit the short. Like, just wait. Just don't even upload.
We're like queued up for a little bit too long. I'm sorry, we're doing what, like 1 billion shorts in a week? Like in a day?
Well, didn't we even say that? I don't remember exactly what we said, but I think we said something like, don't worry about uploading it on the day. I think we said wait a day or so. Well, it turns out you need to wait a week.
Wait a week. Just wait. Just wait. Go back what you made. Give it another edit. Make another. Get ahead.
I mean, the whole question of even doing 3 minute shorts is a whole other conversation we'll have for another time. But like, bro, I mean, what kind of a rollout? And to what YouTube is saying indirectly is that they want to be transparent, which is great. So people understand that now they can start uploading stuff that will be eligible. But
transparent is a stretch, YouTube. You've misled us. Here I am. I'm in studio. Like, what's happening? No, you're a short now. Go to shorts.
Please go to shorts.
Videos. Go to shorts. Why isn't it in shorts? And I'm like, well, I'm doing something wrong. So then you know how you can upload like from YouTube and from studio. So here I am uploading in both places, being like, well, okay, there's got to be like a sneaky little touch to this to have it show up. Nope. Lies.
So you can pre-order your 3 minute shorts now. Until then, maybe just hold on to them. All right. That was our little rant for the podcast. We are going to go, like I said last time, we actually have 2 different ways you can contact us, but we're not going to do the text messages today because we did them last week. The ones that have been sent since then, we'll get to in the next episode. We get to all of everything. These are people that are emailing theboost@vidIQ.com. And the first one says, can older content hurt my YouTube channel's growth? the subject itself is a great question.
It's fabulous.
Let's see what this person says. Here we go. Hi, Jen and Travis. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I have a few questions about YouTube and whether it would be worth starting a completely new channel and re-uploading my videos. Jen, the irony of this. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't say anything yet.
Favorite topic. This is literally my favorite topic.
Okay, I'm going to let you go off on this one in a minute, but let me finish reading the email. Okay. I currently have a YouTube channel that I've had for over 10 years, but I've only uploaded casual videos for fun in the past, mainly for me and my friends. Most of them are private now, though I've left a couple public because they hold sentimental value, such as vlogs from an annual gaming event we attend together. I might use the feature you talked about before to make them unlisted and then add them to a playlist instead, but that's beside the point. What I'm really wondering is if it's worth creating a new channel for the new content I've been making. I've uploaded around 5 videos so far, since they aren't performing well on my existing channel. Do you think it's possible that my game development videos might do better on a fresh channel? I've noticed that YouTube has been pushing new creators lately with their first videos getting significant views, sometimes up to 500K. I know it's kind of rare, but okay. Of course, their content is great, but I also put a lot of time into my recent videos. Should I post this new video on my current channel or create a brand new one for game-related content? So thank you so much for your time and valuable advice that you share on the podcast. So go ahead, Jen. Let it rip.
Okay, wait. First things first.
Yeah.
We have to touch on the fact that if you unlist content and you have it in a playlist, it is no longer unlisted. It
technically
has to be private, because if you go to that playlist, you can watch all of those videos.
Yeah, that's the point, though. That's what he's saying. So,
but anybody can.
Right, but that's the point. So what he wants to do, I think we talked about this a while back. You might not even been on this. It might have been.
Oh, I guess I wasn't.
So it's like if you wanted to unlist something to not have on your channel, but you want people to be able to access it later and not have it show up on your channel, you would make a playlist of it. That way people could see the playlist and then they could watch the unlisted content for like algorithmic purposes. Not that it's something that a lot of people do, and it's kind of an edge case strategy, but I think that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
So creating new channels on new content, old content, what are your thoughts?
When to pivot, when to make a new channel. This is a tough one, because like we don't want to give specific advice. I would say definitely don't delete any content that has any emotional ties like this. You said you love the content. Just make sure you don't delete it off of the platform. Leave it there so you can watch it. It's enjoyable. It's definitely like one of the best parts about YouTube ever. Oh, this is a tough one to be generic about. What are you thinking, Travis?
Well, YouTube is pretty clear where they say same audience, same channel, different audience, different channel. That's what they typically say. But I think, and while that advice is, I second that. The question sometimes for the creator is, well, I don't know if this actually is the same audience. Like, it seems like the same audience, and the devil's in the details here, where the gray area is like, well, they're both gaming channels. Are they the same audience? Not necessarily. Much in the same way that someone who watches a mukbang channel might not be interested in actual baking and how to make the food channel. They're similar. They're not the same. So, and vice versa. Someone who loves to learn how to bake or cook may not want to see people eat, especially on some of the mukbang channels out there. If you smell what I'm cooking.
It's so weird. I just like, side note, it's just like one of the funniest spaces on YouTube.
It is. It's different, right?
It's so different. I'm like, how it started and why is it so good?
You know what we should do? We should do like a challenge one time where we try to go through the entire episode while we do like the hotter chip challenge where you get like mild chips all the way up to hot. And as we answer questions, we eat a hotter and hotter one. By the end of the hot podcast, we're barely talking or something like that. Might be
we
fun.
Should do one where you have to just eat candy corn. Surprise. It's today.
Can you stop? I'm going to throw up. Someone actually, I saw an email come in, something about candy corn. I'm going to tell you, I'm over it. I'm over it. I can't do it.
Side note, funny candy corn story. I love candy corn, obviously. And since October, my husband tried to surprise me with candy corn this past weekend. And he brings me home a big bag. He was like running errands. He comes home. He's like, I got you something. He gives it to me. I'm like, oh my God. And then I look at it and I just look up and I'm like, oh no. He was like, what? What's wrong? I was like, you did it again. These are the chocolate ones. These are the brown candy corns. He was like, oh gosh. He's like, I feel so bad. He's like, I'll run back to the store. It's super close. So he runs back to the store. He brings the candy corn to the counter. And she goes, "Oh no, you bought the brown ones."
I didn't even know there were brown ones.
I think it's like a community of just like everyone who loves candy corn somehow hates the chocolate ones. If there's chocolate candy corn eaters out there, step forward.
I didn't even know there was such a thing, because as soon as I realized and recognized as a young kid what a candy corn was, and that I wanted nothing to do with it, I couldn't even imagine any other mixture of it that would make any difference. I love chocolate too. I mean, we're not even talking about YouTube.
Wait,
advice
maybe
here.
that's your new sweet treat.
Bro, stop it. So back to this email. Jeez, we are really off track. Last week, we had camera problems, and people started clowning us on the comments, which I loved. Thought that was really funny. And this week we're talking about candy corn. Anyway, back to.
I was like, wait, question. Travis, you're like back on track, and then started talking about the camera from last week.
This is what happens. This is what happens on this show. You should know by now. We're only kind of a YouTube advice channel. We're more we're just kind of shenanigans is what we are. Okay, so back to this question. Yeah, obviously, if the audience is different, you always spin off a new channel, and if they're different enough, just it's not going to hurt anything to do it. It sounds like in your case, you have like a gaming channel and then a game development channel. And for me, that's good enough to split them. Just my thoughts. Okay, we have a lot of questions, so we need to kind of speed through these. All right, next one. Hey, Jen and Jen's sidekick, Cake Man.
Oh.
I'm going to get a shirt that says Jen's sidekick. Sorry, Travis, but I picked on Jen last time, and now it's your turn. Fair. That's fair. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I've been sitting on the fence for some time now about signing up for vidIQ coaching. Could you please talk about how it works? I do have some specific questions. This is great because Jen can answer specifically.
This is amazing.
Would I be placed with a coach that specifically works with my style of channel, travel? Are coaches able to deal with creators that don't have typical motivations for being a YouTube creator? For example, posting videos for fun and not caring about the money. That's not me, just an example. How often do creators interact with their coaches on an average week? Is there a limit on these reactions? Lastly, can you talk about what a game plan typically consists of? Thanks again for all the information. Keep up the great work. Okay, this is from Sean. So let's start with the first question. Would I be placed with a coach that specifically works with my style of channel? How does it work now, Jen?
So right now you are randomly placed with a coach. You do have the option to switch coaches if you are not just really vibing with your coach. Totally fine. No hard feelings. Having you feel comfortable with your coach is definitely the number one priority. And if you had specific requests during your coach switch, they do their best to honor them. However, this does depend on each coach's availability. So just because you want a coach who travels,
that's a new word.
Who specializes in travel, it doesn't mean that they currently have the ability to take on new creators. But all of the coaches are very well versed in every niche. Honestly, I know that sounds like crazy, but the foundation is what the important thing is, and you're the creative on the end. So a lot of the information is up for you to make the creative decision, and we're here to guide you through it. But I mean, we've worked with channels that honestly you probably wouldn't even believe are on YouTube. So
a little history on this. So I was the very first YouTube coach years ago when I created the one-on-one coaching program here at vidIQ many years ago. And I ended up coaching channels of all sizes and all types of niches and became really good at it and had no training. I basically had to figure it out myself. These guys and gals have been literally trained in things that I had to figure out on my own. So they are so much further in their coaching kind of career before they even talk to someone, let alone when they now have the experience. So you're going to be in good hands no matter who you're with. And then even though you didn't ask the question, I have seen this question before. I'm just going to answer it preemptively. You cannot specifically ask for Jen. I understand that that's what everyone would want. Doesn't mean you won't get Jen. No, I mean, technically there is a possibility you could land on Jen. It could happen, but you can't specifically ask for her. So I know that people want that, but not at this time. Maybe in the future we'll figure something out where Jen gets paid $1 million if you select her, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Let's start that tomorrow. Let's figure that out.
Let's figure that out.
Wait, let's figure that out.
Wait, what are we waiting for?
Wait.
Okay, so here's the number one. Oh, actually, you kind of answered this, but it said our coach is able to deal with creators who don't have typical motivations for being a YouTube creator.
Yes, it's most of them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Most creators.
It's most of them. Everyone comes in with their own struggles, but there's, we're coaches at the end of the day. We're here to motivate you. We're here to just encourage you, drive you, help you. I mean, just creatively too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here for all of the struggles, honestly.
Okay. How often do creators interact with their coaches on an average per week? And is there a limit on these interactions?
So this is really up to the creator. All of the coaches work standard business hours Monday through Friday, and then we're off on weekends. And we respond to your messages aside from checking up on you if we haven't heard from you in a few days. So when you send a message, we answer. If you want to send a message every day, we answer every day. If you want to send a message once a week, we answer once a week. So this is really up to you. Sometimes we can kind of get in a place where we catch each other online and go back and forth a couple times. Other than that, there is a little bit of a waiting period before you typically hear from your coach. The longest you have to wait is 24 hours, but typically it is really same day, depending on your time zone though, because if you're in Australia or something, I mean, we're probably not going to hit each other at the same time.
And it's Monday through Friday. It's not the weekend. So,
yeah.
Right, yeah. And then lastly, can you talk about what a game plan typically consists of?
A game plan. So when you come into the coaching program, the game plan looks different depending on each creator. So we look through your channel, we watch a bunch of your content, we give you a channel audit that's pretty much just outlining the areas we feel like you would be best off spending our time together, whether that's thumbnails, whether that's working on retention with your opening hooks. Even it's just, it honestly could be as simple as like, you need better ideas. We got to come up with more discoverable, better ideas to just get you out there a little bit. So that plan comes together, your coach comes up with that plan, and you kind of walk through it. And that looks different. If you're a brand new creator and you don't have any videos, that plan looks a lot different than a 100K creator who is trying to find more discoverability again, or a creator whose goal is to pivot their content. So that plan is super customized to exactly what your current weaknesses are and what you want to learn more about and become more confident and stronger as a creator. So very, very different. I'm not sure if that like really helps you out, but it is an outlined plan of what you work through. And then of course, questions that you have, anything that comes up, that is all of course relevant in between.
Now, to be clear, if you're interested in looking for anyone who's listening to this for the first time, there's a link in the description or in the show notes if you're listening to the audio podcast only for more information. This was a real email. I know it might have sounded like we just plugged that in.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Completely real email. We're answering the questions. So I know someone might go, oh, did you just plug that? No, that literally was an actual email. So just
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Got a quick email here from Adam that says, are you inspired by the Modern Wisdom podcast? I've not heard of it before. I don't know what
I haven't
that
heard
is.
of it either.
Sounds cool, but that was the only question. Okay, so this next subject, this is based on something I said weeks ago where I said I don't read the emails before I read them on the air. And the subject matter says, Travis, read this email before going live. Otherwise, it's going to bite you in the butt. So I did briefly look over it just to make sure that it wasn't shenanigans, and it wasn't. So I'll read it here. Hi, definitely Travis, maybe Dan, hopefully Jenn, and probably not Rob. That was all accurate. Very accurate there. I'm a German guy doing reaction videos about Mexico in the Spanish language. I love creating these videos as I've been to Mexico before. Creating the videos improves my Spanish. My girlfriend is from Spain. I learn something about Mexico every day and build a friendly Mexican community. I publish 5 videos per week, 10 to 20 minutes long. Jeez. And I've been doing this for exactly 1 year. That's a lot of content. That's great. My question, would it make sense to start a second channel in which I react to another country like Chile, Argentina, Colombia, and a third main channel in which I post higher effort, non-reaction videos less frequently that have a broader audience appear? appeal? Can I expect that Mexican viewers will watch my main channel and maybe even videos about Colombia and vice versa? I'm not sure if this would be a genius funnel-like strategy, or if it would make more sense focusing only on the Mexican channel that is already working really well, 15,000 subscribers, 300,000 monthly views without shorts, even though I don't think more than 5 videos per week would make sense. Love your podcast. Looking forward to the bootylicious twerking video of the whole vidI crew that Travis promised last time. Did I do that? Peach emoji. Okay. I don't remember that, but okay. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. This is a good question. I'll be honest. So first of all, yeah, you could do that. You could open up all these channels and stuff. It sounds like a lot. If you're doing 10 to 20 minute videos a week, how would you have time to do anything else? That's an amazing amount of content. I can barely wake up 5 times a week, let alone do 5 videos a week. I couldn't do it. If you think you can do it without absolutely crushing yourself, I suppose go for it. But I'll be real honest. I would wait until this main channel is like closer to 100,000. Just give all the juice to this one, and you'll learn more about what works and what doesn't work. Even though you probably have a pretty good idea now, you might learn more stuff as you grow bigger. And then once you've kind of gotten to this point where you said you're getting like 300,000 views per month, which is really good. But like when you're closer to like 1 million views per month, spin off those other channels then, because then at that point you might be bringing in some extra money where you can actually fund the other channel for like editors and stuff. Like I would personally wait, because if it would be one thing if you were like doing 1 or 2 videos a week. You said you're doing 5.
That's so many.
Bruh, that's a lot.
I agree. Yeah. I would wait till like the conversion to the other channel. It's just much higher naturally.
Yeah, not to say you can't do it. It sounds like having a great amount of success. I'm super happy for you. I think it's a great subject matter, and it works a lot. Cross-cultural reactions works really well. I think it would work for those other countries, to answer your other question. I just think you should wait. I can understand that, like, you get something stood up and it's starting to go pretty good, and you're like, this is good, I want to do more. And it's a great mindset to have. I think the problem comes when you do too much too fast and it burns you out, and then you're not doing any of it. So that's my advice. All right. This next one has a subject matter that is so compelling. It's called How I Got 1.8 Million Views Without Even Thinking About It.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I got to click that email. I have to click. That's great. That's a great title.
We're getting clickbaited, Travis.
We are. Here we go. Hello, Jenn and Travis. My name is Adam, and I've been binging the Tube Talk episodes. That's amazing. I want to learn as much as I can about YouTube. This show's been helpful, and I like the banter between both of you. Well, good, because we got a lot of that. Oh, we got
At least we're helpful too. We did get that compliment.
I'm currently debating with myself on what type of video content to do. This is a video I made a long time ago about how to replace a car battery. I only checked it recently, but it has 1.8 million views. This is over 10 years ago, though.
Ooh.
I wonder how many people learned a valuable skill from watching this video. Probably at least I'm saying probably at least 1.8 million people.
The 1 point whatever million.
Yeah. You don't always know how you can help people. Sharing small nuggets of useful knowledge goes a long way, though. Oh, truer words never been spoken. I currently work at an auto parts store after getting laid off from my marketing job last year. I've been testing doing more auto repair videos. This is all right. I like where this is going. I like helping people with auto repair issues, but I find recording the videos to be a real grind. There are a lot of different angles and hard parts to shooting this type of content. Yeah, you are right. Also talked about others in the space. Affiliate links don't really get clicked. That's interesting. Okay. I'm thinking of rebranding the channel and just doing talking head videos about auto topic and news. These videos would be less effort and to create and have a better reach. I noticed some of the larger auto channels, opinion videos get the most views. Do you think I should stick with auto repair videos or make a video content creation for myself? If I had stuck to auto content, I wonder where this channel would be today. That last question.
That is a question.
You would be a full-time creator just based on the 10 years ago. Have you just been throwing stuff up all the time with affiliate links? And I know you say they don't do as well, but over 10 years, I'm telling you, you would have been in a good place. All right, let's talk about this. I actually have some feedback because I do deal with car channels, and I do kind of know like how they work, and like, you know, I deal with Donut Media, which is one of the largest car channels on YouTube, and there's also the spin-off channels that have come from Donut Media. So I definitely have a feel about this. What do you think, Jenn, though? Because the one thing that he does mention, I think, goes for a lot of different niches, which is how to versus like commentary. So you have the Evergreen
See,
versus.
that's not what I heard at all.
Oh, well, do tell.
I heard hard versus easy.
Oh, good point. Good
Hard.
point.
Do the hard one.
Wow,
The
really?
easy one, you're gonna burn out. You didn't even sound like you really wanted to do it. The only reason he wanted to do it is because he felt like it would perform better on YouTube, which is typically never the case.
Interesting. Okay.
That's my say.
If to Jen's point, if you like doing the one that's hard but you just find it hard, sure, that's good though. It's good for you because the barrier to entry for other creators is higher. It's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If you find it arduous and it's hard, okay, different story. But Jenn is right in just doing something because it's easy actually can lead you down a path of being burned out, but in a different way. Because this happened to me actually, and it's a bad place to be. So I give to Jenn. She got it right.
I would start small. I know they said that filming was hard. Maybe start more with shorts. Get used to filming. Get used to, if you need a tripod around, get used to what that looks like to set up the shot. But do it on a smaller scale. And this is when shorts can be really valuable for that. And just strengthen those skills and get more familiar with it. Everything's going to be hard that's like unfamiliar, and it's been 10 years. So it's going to be really, really unfamiliar. That would be my advice. Just start small. See how it feels. If it feels like you're constantly trying to trek up a mountain, then maybe then it's time to reevaluate. But I would give the one you actually want to do a shot.
I like that. I just also realized that we need to figure out what one of these questions would be on the main channel too. So as we listen, if we hear one that's like particularly interesting, we should pick it out. Okay. Okay. Listen, I forget a lot of times we're talking to creators and these subject lines are incredible. Listen to this one. I have no channel with 6 sponsors and 8K in support from them. That's the subject line.
Oh my gosh. We need to hire some of these people for like brand outreach. Like, what is your job?
What is happening? What is happening? Okay, here we go. Hey, Boost team, check out this. And trust me, it's worth a short read. I'm working on building out a content series for YouTube. The only thing is that I have no channel and nothing even scripted yet. Okay, well,
perfect.
Could be a problem. Even without anything, I have managed to get 6 sponsors, potentially 9. And I'd love to speak to you and your audience about my unique approach. I've never built a channel before, though I've created content for years. My website is ryangnomes.com. My specialty is brand partnerships for billion-dollar companies, which helped me tremendously in getting sponsors, blah, blah, blah. I think I could offer about, Tiny Push. I will Tiny Push for the podcast. Love to chat more. Oh, okay. So this sounds more like a pitch. I think we were just pitched something. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We got pitched.
Worked. We've been pitched. We've been live pitched.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you listen to the channel, we give the advice for starting your channel. But heck, if you got sponsors already, I don't know, what are they investing in even? Like, that's some mind trickery. I don't know how you did that. Next one up is from Emily. Hi, Jenn and Travis. I've never felt comfortable emailing a YouTube channel before, but your vibe is so welcoming.
Welcome.
That was so sweet. I have a couple questions related to the vidIQ goals feature. When I first signed up, I set my videos to 2 per month. I'd like to change this to 4 per month, but I can't see a way to change it in my goal. I think this is for the app. Goal progress gets a number, particularly how do I predict this? How does it predict this? Has changed your goal? Oh, okay. So this is actually more of a question for support. So that would be support@vidIQ.com. Probably I need to start reading these before.
Travis, you've been had twice now.
Twice.
Rules are changing.
No, in fairness, Emily is talking to us.
Emily has written in, as she should.
Yes.
We should directly pass her email along to.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I can do that actually. Let me do that right now. I'm going to forward this along and say this is an email from support.
Because our support team is the best and they are so helpful. It's not even funny.
Can you help out our listener with this?
We're so glad you wrote in because now you're going to have access to all of your questions answered. At least for vidIQ tools.
Okay, here we go. I got one. I just kind of pre-read this next one. All right, this one's from Paula. New to everything is the subject. I am new to making videos for YouTube and recently learned about the non-partner program. I thought this might be a great opportunity to offer merch based on a niche. After some research, I realized I enjoy making funny teas and such. So I thought it would make a channel telling jokes. My question is, I do slightly off-color humor, not offensive, but adult humor. Can you give me an idea of how strict YouTube is on humor-based videos? Um, Pretty much anything other than like super hateful speech is pretty much good to go. I mean, if you listen, everything is on here. Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, what other comedians are there out there? I mean, you
I
got
don't
everything.
know.
Joe Rogan, anything, any kind of comedy is on YouTube. The only time you have a problem is a couple things. Number one, if within the first, I think it's first 7 seconds you use like the F word or something like that, then it gets demonetized. But if your main point is to make this into a funnel so that you tell jokes and then people would wear the shirt of the joke, I don't think you really have to worry about that.
You need viral shorts.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. Wait, hold on.
That's
That sounds funny. Viral shorts. You put them in the wash. What are we talking about? Yeah, no, that's a good point. Because remember I don't know if you know about this. What was it? The pink sauce lady on TikTok. Do you know about that?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I mean things have gone bad for her, but she was able to sell this pink sauce she did on TikTok. There's
Wait,
YouTube documentaries about this.
pink sauce has gone bad?
Oh, you don't know about this?
No, she
There
was
are
in Walmart.
Bro, I'm gonna send you the documentaries. She's in a bad way right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
But she did get her shot at a good life, right?
Oh, she shot her shot for sure.
Yeah. Now, and that was based off of TikTok, which is short form stuff. So could you do it? Absolutely, it's totally a thing. So I would say go for it. Don't worry about like some people I think are overly sensitive about this subject. They're like, oh, I can't make certain jokes and stuff. And while sometimes it's accurate, I find a lot of channels I watch, I get kind of annoyed when they try to overly censor themselves. So for example, like I'll see a video game for like Mortal Kombat, and again, it's a video game, right? And they'll change the color and blur out the game's fatalities, and I'm like, it's a video game. YouTube kind of knows this. It's not real. And then there's other things. There's just other weird things that happen. I think some creators are being overly safe, which is fine, I guess, but it does kind of ruin the viewer experience. You'll have to test it out, and you'll see the results of what that happens. But generally speaking, jokes are what jokes. It's fine.
Plus, there's no mystery. Like, if we have to say it again, there's no shadow banning. So, like, if you get in trouble, YouTube is going to tell you you're in trouble. They're not going to hide it from you.
They sure are. Okay, here we go. A few questions from a Brazilian surfer in Australia.
Well, what are you doing there?
Hi, Jenn and Travis, the king and queen of YouTube. Well, I don't know about that, but I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm Andre, originally from Brazil. Obrigado. Thank you for your email. And now living in Australia. I'm in the middle of my residency journey. It's been 5 years of stepping out of my comfort zone, doing all types of things just to get by. Survived it, but sadly, I can't say the same for Jenn's plant. R.I.P. Let's take a moment of silence for Jenn's plant. We didn't know you well. Still, I love it here and don't plan on going back. I discovered your podcast on Spotify and have been hooked ever since. I work as a laborer in construction, not my dream job. And whenever I'm facing a huge pile of bricks that need to be hauled uphill by myself, I throw on headphones and tune into your podcast and get that done while fueling my dream of becoming a successful YouTuber. Your insights keep me going. That's real. Can I stop here for a second?
I love that. It sounds like he's building the pyramids
in Australia
to the sound of our voice.
Can you imagine if they had podcasts back when they were building the pyramids and they were listening to us?
Oh my gosh!
I do want to take a moment here in the middle of this email to say, you never know who's listening to your content or watching your content on YouTube. I've said this before. I really mean this. There are times where I'll read an email and I forget that, like, Jenn and I sit here for a while, do this, and then I edit it, upload it, all this other stuff, right? And then we schedule the next one. So there's this moment of just working through things. But we don't really think about the numbers and the people that when they look at their YouTube notifications, or if they go to their podcast software and they see that the new episode has come, is that there might be some excitement. Some people are excited by that. And then some people literally like use it for things. We've heard people listen to it in the car when they're going to appointments. Here we're talking about the worst part of their job, and they're like, I'm just going to listen to the boost. That's so cool. That is so cool.
So cool.
I love to hear this. It's amazing. Okay, let me get back
It's
to
so
this.
crazy. In my mind, literally nobody listens to this.
I know.
Like nobody. Like we just sit here. I
We
don't
just
even
talk
know
to each
why we're
other.
sitting here, but that's how my mind works.
And then every once in a while, we'll get a bunch of comments and laugh about them. Okay, here we go. So I have a few quick questions. I promise are short. My YouTube channel is about my journey of learning how to surf from scratch.
Oh,
I show the tough, frustrating reality of learning, share tips and tricks to avoid making the mistakes I made, and try to inspire others to keep pushing. Right now, I have 1,200 subs. One of my videos
ooh.
went viral with 50K subs. Because I want to
Nice.
reach a broader audience, I started a second channel in English called Breezy Surf, which features similar content with a slightly different approach. Here's my first question. Can I get a copyright of myself? I use the same titles and thumbnails for both channels.
Wait, why is everything so relevant to the conversation that we had yesterday, Travis?
Literally, we had a conversation about this yesterday. Okay, well, let's answer that question before we move further in this email. The difference here, Jen, though, in fairness, is he says he started a second channel in English, which implies his first one is not in English. And he doesn't actually say that earlier about his first channel. But the fact that he's specifically calling it out for Breezy Surf implies that he's doing it in a different language, even if the content is exactly the same, which is fine. YouTube's trying to implement that software where it'll just automatically translate for you. But I think personally, until the AI stuff does it in your own voice in a really convincing way, you can have two different channels. It's fine with different languages. It's fine. Okay, next. I really want to start doing live streams, but I have no clue what to talk about or how to get people to show up. How do I come up with good live stream ideas? And how should I advertise them? I'm worried I'll go live and no one will show up. It's just me waiting for someone to appear. And then finally, since all my channels are in different languages, okay, there you go. Could I still get a YouTube coach from you guys? Thank you for all your help and inspiration you bring to the community. Keep up the good work and God bless you and your families. A huge shout out to Viper. Oh yeah, intros always crack me up, brighten my day. Yeah, he is a legend.
Aw.
Here are the links to my channels. Okay, so here's the thing. So he does say they're all in different languages, so he's fine. You can answer this. So my channel's in different languages. Can I still get a YouTube coach? How does that work, Jen? I know they have to be English, but in this case, he speaks English.
Yeah. So that would obviously limit some of the things that the coach is able to do with you. That would totally be up to you. Typically, we say English speaking channels only, meaning the creator would need to speak English. In this case, you're just kind of looking against, like, working against the fact that a full video review would be probably impossible, unless it was, just Spanish or something. I don't know how many languages we're talking about. Why did that make it sound like it was so many languages? Right? That last thing made it sound like there was like 6 languages.
Well, if he's Brazilian, he could be speaking Portuguese.
Okay, so anyways.
Oh yeah, one is in Portuguese and one's in English. Yeah.
So you would be dealing with things that would be easy regardless, like thumbnails and title structure. Whether you change that into another language, everything would have to be done in English. And then the only thing that someone couldn't really weigh in would be watching the videos or helps with scripting.
Live streams. So this is something that will help a lot of people because some people I still have the desire to go live here every so often on the podcast to do like recordings, but Jen's schedule is kind of weird, so we can't really do it now. Hopefully in the future we will. But live streams are funny. So I love having Jeff on because he does so many live streams. I used to do a lot of live streams. I used to do live streams every Saturday. And I think I understand the fear. So when I first started, I think I had my first live stream at 500 subscribers. And I had initially told myself that I didn't want to do a live stream until I hit 1,000 because I didn't want to start a live stream and have no one there. The reality is, if you're doing a live stream, you have to pretend people are there even if they aren't. So you need to have some type of subject matter to start off with, because it's possible. The other thing is leaving your live streams up as actual content after the fact can also grow that video. So if you treat it like a produced video, even though it's not produced, your chances of it getting more views after you stop going live are actually higher. Jeff has many videos with over 100,000 views from a live stream because he treats it like a produced video. Now, when people show up and you can start interacting with them, that's fine. And sometimes it helps spur new conversations, which is great. I would suggest have some type of subject that is at least going to get you 15, 20 minutes into the video, just in case people don't show up, so you can continue to talk as if they're there. Do not sit there and go, I can't wait till someone gets here. Don't do that, because this is content. You can literally let it live on your channel as produced content after the fact if you treat it that way. And if you do, you might find additional success. How many times have you live streamed? Except for not on like vidIQ or anything, but like for yourself?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
You still do it often or no?
No. I would live stream probably every week.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're all private. I never repurpose my content.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't either. Yeah.
It was always just like pure fun.
Yeah.
And not something the internet really needed to relive twice.
We don't need people to say the plant murder on the live stream is probably something a lot of people don't need to be exposed to. Okay.
No, we don't need that as evergreen content.
Oh my God. Okay, here's the subject matter of this is, do I need protection? This is kind of a funny.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Everyone is just on a roll today.
They are. Hi, Travis, Jen, and vidI crew. I'm still like,
vidI crew is just here to stay.
It's the best. We need to get shirts made to say that. Loving the new show. My channel is from the Pallet Shed, and I've been building things from reclaimed wood. You probably know about this sort of thing.
I have pallet furniture on my deck.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then let me keep reading this. By the way, I need you to read some of these. Next week, you're reading some of these emails.
No, thank you. I don't want to.
I want to hear you stumble over these words. We're gonna have you read a couple. All right. Matter of fact, for people listening to this episode, if you want Jen specifically to read your email, send an email to theboost@vidiq.com and say, I want Jen to read this email. And then whoever asks for Jen to read it, she will read it in the next episode. Okay.
You're a butt.
The thing is, Jen will say no to me, but she won't say no to you. I know that.
No, I won't.
All right, here we go. I was just building random things and posting the process. I've been on YouTube for 5 or 6 years now, and I pivoted to woodworking that sells. I started finding stuff that sells on Etsy and breaking down how to build it. I finally hit the 1,000 sub mark at the beginning of this year, and last month I've now hit 1,500. I never really thought about it before, but should I have some sort of insurance to cover or protect me? I'm from the UK, so I know it might be different than the USA. Oh, this is great. Let me finish reading this email because that's a great question. Also, well, okay, he changes the subject. So let me real quick answer this. There's a lot of things you should do as a YouTuber to protect yourself, even if you're smaller. I don't know what the process is in the UK, so you will definitely want to talk to people who understand British law. In the US, having an LLC is very important. And it's important because even when you get to like any kind of size that like you're trying to do more and more of it, it protects you against some random person trying to sue you over something dumb. Look into it. I don't want to give legal advice here. However, having an LLC is great. And then also the very next thing, especially if you're putting any of this stuff on social media, you need to invest in things like LifeLock, identity theft protection software, all that stuff. You need to do all that stuff. And I use Delete Me, the website, to delete my personal information off the internet as much as possible. You need all those things. The bigger you get on YouTube, you might think, oh, trust me when I tell you, when some random person shows up at your house, you're going to wish that you paid the $20 a month for something like deleteme.com. And I think Jen has friends that could literally speak to that. So yes, I think you do need protection. Okay. Next question. Also, I'm struggling to keep up with demand for more content and not managing to get more than one video out a month due to my busy life. When I release a new video, my stats are pretty good, and then it's a few views here and there. Not sure what to do to keep the views coming in, and I'm working in the next video. Haven't had much luck with shorts or things to make from short to long form. Any suggestions? This is just YouTube. There's not a real way around this. You can have evergreen content that brings in, views here and there, but it tends to go in like these little drips and drabs. But as soon as you release something, the reason why you see a lot of views isn't just because of that video. What you'll notice is if you were to upload one video a month and then you look at the analytics, your channel views will be higher than the view of just that video because people get fed your older content. So you're naturally kind of propagating more views to the rest of your content. So it's important to understand that. So more content's really the only answer for that, other than Evergreen. Last thing, some of my seasonal long form videos do well during Halloween and Christmas, but now looking old and dated and not so much like my current format. Would you recommend recording a new video and removing the old, or should I just a new twist on the same product? Any help would be greatly appreciated. Jen, refreshing older seasonal content.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't delete the other one, though. You wanted to suggest the new one.
Yeah.
So do just a refresh. Don't unlist it. Just let it live.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even change the end screen to the updated one.
Always do that. Yep. Link in the description. Pin a comment with a link to the new content. I've done that many times. It works very well. Yeah, good stuff. We're actually doing pretty good on the. We're going to be able to. I think we might be able to finish all of these. I'm going to leave.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. Hi, Travis and Jen. This is from Kev. Thanks so much for answering all my earlier questions about creating and also creating such a great show. My Mondays aren't complete until I get my weekly dose of boosty goodness.
Oh.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes in the future. Boosty goodness. That's our cereal we're going to come out with. Boostios.
Boosted flakes.
Boosted flakes. I've had some success monetizing my channel through Patreon ahead of my hopefully upcoming monetization on YouTube. As part of my Patreon only benefits, I offer early access to my videos by uploading them unlisted and embedding them in my Patreon page. Do embedded views count to the overall count of a video? I'm sorry, hold on. Do views from embedded sources count to the overall view count of a video? When doing this, in any way impact, negative or positively, the way the YouTube algorithm handles such content when it goes public? Thanks again for all the insights. Does it count? Yes, it counts. However, it does not affect the algorithm, because the algorithm doesn't have any way of controlling external links or the traffic by which it comes to you. And actually, Rene Ritchie's answered this a couple times on, I think, on his Twitter. So you'll get the views, but it doesn't necessarily have any impact on algorithmically when it goes public. It's a good question, though.
It's a really good one.
Because think about when people embed things on like Reddit and stuff. I mean, happens all the time. Yeah, so it won't hurt you. Could, quote, help you, I guess. Certainly not something you need to be concerned with. Okay. Hey, Jen and Travis. Someone has to put Jen first.
Oh, look at all the love I'm getting today.
You're getting a lot. Andrew here. Super fit cosplay. Finally back up and running more consistently. I took a week off because I moved and the studio's all set up. I added some before and after videos for you to check out. Nice to be back. Yeah, I see some photos here. Oh, very nice. Oh, wow. That's a really cool photo. I'll show you that later. I'm very much into metrics and love looking at what works and what doesn't. And I can get lost in looking at the numbers of it all. Lately, I've been doing a little bit more with my members area. That isn't much more, but it does mean that they are at least getting early access to videos. See, we're seeing this early access thing working because we suggested this a couple of episodes ago, and it seems to be doing good. Unseen videos for the public for now. My question is, or if you have any thoughts, of course you have thoughts. Sorry, I forgot who I was talking to. Lately, I have found, I love how I have a conversation with himself in the email. Lately, I have found that videos that I have put on early for members haven't done well when they go to the public. Because I only have a handful of members, the video is only shown to a very small handful of people for the first day or so. Would YouTube recognize that video as not doing well and therefore, when it comes out to the public, not showing it to a wider audience? Okay, before I look at his second part of his email, this is an interesting thing. So members, so there's options when you have members to have it go members only and then go public. And this is cool. It's a cool little benefit for members. What this person is asking, and again, I want to, he has more to the email, but I want to answer this in the best way I think is possible, is because his audience is a little bit smaller, or at least his membership is a little bit smaller. Does that impact his, when it releases to public? I'm going to say yes and no. I think YouTube would say no. I'm going to say yes and no. And here's why. Your members are your most engaged viewers and will very likely watch most of your videos, which means their good signals that would normally go on that video early are not there because they've already seen it. And when it's in members only, the quote algorithm benefit of them watching it isn't counted. It's not counted until it's public. So because of that, technically you're missing out on some good signals to the video, but most people who have like memberships and they do this sort of thing have enough viewers that it doesn't impact the overall performance of the video, because it's only usually a small percentage. And I don't know what like viewer, I'm assuming this is a smaller creator. Let me see. It's a smaller creator. So depending on how many members you have and like how many people are watching it, could it have an impact? It could have an impact. Would it be something that it would damage it for the life of the video? No. And that's the part why I say no. The yes is initially up front, you might see some of the videos start slower. I would agree with that. Will it impact the long form viability of the video? I would say no. Do you have any thoughts about this, Jen?
I mean,
Do you
I feel
have
like
creators that you deal with that use like the feature where members get to watch their content first? Do you have any creators you work with to do that?
Yeah, we build out memberships quite a bit. But members first is just such a huge win. I feel like because of that, it's made such a difference in reasons why you would go to Patreon and memberships and be able to really make money off of both of them, because YouTube has now directly integrated features that you could have, or a lot of creators were using on Patreon, but now you can really diversify it and have reasons people would go to both. That was not the question, but it is it's such a huge benefit for the members first.
I love it. Yeah. So I think I think it's always great to invest in the community that invests in you. I don't think that's ever a bad use of your time. Let's see the rest of this email. These are the things I look for in the metrics and wonder to myself, is there some type of design flaw in the algorithm? Because these videos generally are the ones that get thousands of views on my channel, but now they only get a couple hundreds, which, don't get me wrong, I'm still excited people are watching. Yeah, so this is basically kind of talking about what we were talking about. This interesting as well. These videos, even though they're reaching a smaller audience, still have a huge engagement rate. I'll put out a video and a few hours later, 78 comments to reply to. Yeah, exactly that. So I think he basically kind of says what we were just talking about.
But that's the goal, though.
I agree. For me, it is.
Yeah, with any kind of community-driven video, you're looking for engagement. You're looking to build that trust. So it sounds like he's really, hitting the goal.
Thanks so much for all you do. The Boost Juiced cocktail keeps me going.
Oh my gosh, now we have cocktails.
Now we have cocktails. We have so many products that we are coming out with this week.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to get a sticker on my water bottle.
The Bruce just, and he gives before and after pictures of his studio, and it is striking. It is striking. I'm going to show you after the podcast. Normally I put it on the video, but it's in an email, and I don't want to expose his email address and all that stuff. But I'll show you privately later. It's striking. Very cool stuff. Okay, we have a couple more minutes. I'm going to save these last two because they just came in today when we're recording. So we've answered all the ones that came up previous to this, which we said we would do. I don't know how we did it so fast. I'm shocked by this.
You were efficient.
We're very efficient. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to real quick talk about the videos we've seen on YouTube.
Oh, we haven't done this segment. I feel like it's so long.
It's been a minute because we've been so busy. And again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to have 2 podcasts a week. We are aiming for that. I just want to be clear. We're aiming for it. We will not always hit it. I think there's some complications. We just need to figure out the scheduling. We'll get there at some point, but we're super happy and super excited with all the engagement. And we hit 1,200 subscribers. I don't even know this, Jen. We hit that this morning. So that's super fun.
Look at us.
Yeah, and when you add up the views on the YouTube videos and you add in the downloads for the podcast, we're hitting numbers that on this podcast haven't been hitting in quite a while, because we have a lot more. Again, this podcast has existed for many years, so we're kind of riding on the coattails. But having said that, we're doing very well, so I'm super happy with that. So thank you all for joining us again. And I mentioned this in the last episode in case you missed it. According to our analytics on our audio downloads, allegedly, we have a lot of people listen from Cambodia, but we've never heard anyone email us from Cambodia. I know when you hear that, you're like, oh, that sounds like some type of bots or something, which a lot of times it can be. But I actually communicated with our podcast platformer, and their engineers looked into it, and they say, no, these are legitimate downloads. So if you are listening from Cambodia, we want to hear from you. Email us at theboost@vidiq.com. Tell us all about the things. Tell us all the things. We want to know all about it. Okay, Jen. So what has been a video you've seen recently that really stood out to you on YouTube?
Okay, it's not a specific video because I don't know what video actually led me to this creator, but the creator is Stephanie JD, and she just hit 1,000 subscribers. And she came into the game prepared. Her channel's only 3 months old, not a shorts channel, and she is absolutely crushing titles and thumbnails.
Wow.
I've done some digging.
Uh-oh.
Not on TikTok, not from Instagram, like does not have an existing audience somewhere else that would have led her to the obvious experience that it looks like she has as a creator. Like this looks like someone's this looks like someone's maybe second channel.
Mm-hmm.
And she did it. I mean, she got 1,000 subscribers in 3 months because she came in like ready to rock and roll with packaging. And that's just not something you see every day. And I don't know what her story is, but I am determined to find out. Wow. And on top of that, watching through some of her content, she spends 2 hours every single day after her 9 to 5 working on YouTube to upload twice a week.
Been there.
She's not messing around.
I love it.
She's not messing around. It's just lifestyle. It's productivity, resets. But she is in it to win it. And it is obvious. Her highest performing video right now has 38K. And all the other ones have pretty much broken 1,000 views.
That's crazy.
I know. And this is like exactly why I tell people, you know, look at what's bringing in the audience that you want, because it works. I saw something that looked familiar to me and I clicked on it. I didn't know what her channel was. I didn't know what size her channel was. I was just like, that's a good thumbnail. That looks like an established creator. I don't want to watch, you know, something mediocre right now. And it turns out she was on top of it.
I love it. Well, for me, mine is so there's a guy named KSI. He's kind of a famous guy on YouTube. He recently released a new song called Thick of It. I actually like the song, but the meme and the kind of the cool thing to do on YouTube is to hate on it. And there's tons of people who've made tons of TikToks hating on it. And the comments on the video, the music video itself, are really hilarious. So he has he's been reacting to YouTubers and TikTokers reacting to his song, where they're all hating on it in really like funny ways. So that has been what I've been up to.
Some of the comments, a little internet drama for Travis this week, I see.
Well, listen, it's it's music. So I didn't know that the song was going to have drama attached to it. I just like the song, which everyone's saying they don't like it, but I'm like, this song is good. Stop it. It's called Thick of It. Now let me read some of the comments. Some of these are bad. I'm going to censor some of them. One says, on a serious note, I would like to thank KSI for releasing this song. My brother is paralyzed from the neck down, and today he finally stood up to turn it off. To turn the song off.
Oh my gosh. See, the dark humor shines through for whoever that creator was. Go find some inspiration in the comment section.
Oh my God. There's oh my God, there's so many things. It's like
there's nothing like getting sucked into like just a wormhole like that.
Oh my God. It is on a level of like, but like the song in 12 days has 24 million views, which when you think about it, especially since there's been other like big songs by big actual artists who've been artists for like decades, can't hit that. Like LL Cool J has a song that's out that's amazing and did not get 24 million views in 12 days, and he had Eminem on it. So there's people, and then there's people like, this song didn't release, this song escaped. I'm gonna set this as my alarm. I'm gonna set this as my alarm so I can wake up before it. There was other ones that were like, one that said something like, this would be a good song if it had different lyrics, different sound, different chorus, different singer, different
Oh my gosh.
like they're just going there. And he's kind of funny anyway, so you watch him react to these things, and it's anyway, so go check it out. That's that. All right. If we should come on, we should make a song. Well, we do have a song.
It's a terrible song.
It's a good song.
It's terrible.
We played it a couple episodes ago. I don't remember, was it last episode or the episode before that? Whatever it was hilarious because you sunk in your chair. For anyone who watched, okay, I don't remember if it was. No,
I don't think we put that one out.
Oh no! I need to. You know what I need to do? I need to just clip that part. All right. So for people who don't know, we shot an entire episode that we haven't released. We'll probably release it to like members only or something. When we come with that small community we're talking about, we might release it there because it's interesting. At the very end, I played this AI song that talks about us, which I think is great. Jenn's response on the video is priceless. It was one of my favorite things she's ever done. I need to figure out a way to just put the video up of it.
Yeah, clip the end of it.
I'll clip the end of it because it's hilarious, but probably not in this episode. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll definitely see you in the next one. And keep on creating.
Keep on carrying.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tube Talk, brought to you.
What'd you say?
I said keep on carrying those bricks.